with you, welcome to our ASP Specialist Assembly, which happens traditionally where we acknowledge all the new students in our specialist and CoRE programs. We will begin by standing quietly and sing the national anthem. Please be seated. Thank you. Remember appropriate manners. We're sitting quietly, looking to the front, showing the King Street Way. Our hosts this morning are two long-serving student counsellors, Year 10 students, and they'll be running the assembly. Sylvia Blakeway and Jacob Bayros, and I'll ask Jacob to begin the proceedings.
Good morning, honoured guests. Miss Kate Wilson, Principal, Kent Street Senior High School. Miss Ashley Carthy, Director of Human Resources, Essence of Australia. Captain Ben Lowe and First Officer Matthew Johnston, Virgin Australia. Mr. John Sanders, Kent Street Cricket Graduate, 2020. Miss Helena Rachel, Mr. Craig Lynch, and Mr. Phil Harwood, Deputy Principals, staff, parents and fellow students. Today's assembly will acknowledge our new students who will be selected to join our specialist programs. Chad Sullivan will now present the acknowledgement to country.
I respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional owners of this land in which we are meeting. The Wajak Noongar people and pay our respects to their elders past and present and future.
Thank you, Chad. Miss Wilson, Principal of Kent Street Senior High School, will now address the school.
Good morning everyone and welcome to what is a most prestigious assembly on our calendar. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome our parents, guardians and wider community members who are joining us via WebEx this morning. We do apologise that you aren't able to be with us in person, but we do hope that you enjoyed the opportunity to share in this celebration with us this morning and hope that next year we'll be able to revert back to the normal conditions, which will see us offering you the opportunity to join us afterwards for a morning tea. So we hope you enjoyed this morning's proceedings via WebEx. As I have said, this is a most prestigious opportunity. Approved specialist programs are a privilege, and they are an opportunity that are not presented to any other schools in the state any longer. So as of now, you are in a specialist program that will hopefully continue for the rest of our history at Kent Street. There will be no other schools that are offered the opportunity to advance in the way that Kent Street has been offered the opportunity to over a large number of years. We're extremely privileged. We have 3 approved specialist programs in aviation, cricket and fashion and design, and we also have the privilege of having a select entry program, which is CoRE. And this morning, the individuals that you will hear from who are past students of Kent Street, alumni and Kentians, are in privileged positions in their lives and have been products of Kent Street Senior High School and our specialist program. So I hope those of you who are sitting here this morning that we are congratulating and acknowledging will feel extremely proud and also feel excited about what lies ahead of you. As I have already said, the individuals who are sitting before you are testament to what is possible. Your engagement in an approved specialist program also requires additional effort. There's 4 things I want you to remember as you go forward and participate, not only as a proud student at Kent Street Senior High School, but also as an individual in an approved specialist program. I want you to think about your application. I want you to think about your attitude. I want you to think about expectations. And lastly, responsibility. Eyes are on you, and they are on you for the right reasons. It's absolutely imperative that you remember, as an individual in an approved specialist program, there is subjects outside of your specialist area, and therefore your application to your studies across the board is absolutely imperative, and your attitude and the way that you approach that is really important to us, and it's extremely important to our community and to your staff members. So as you go forward, as a proud Kent Street student, and an individual who has been offered the opportunity to enter an approved specialist program, I ask you to consider the expectations and the responsibilities that come along with that. There are significant opportunities that will be presented to you, not only in school, but also outside of school, and they include trips overseas. They include excursions, guest speakers, etc. So please know that whilst you are in a privileged position and you should feel extremely proud to have been selected, it's very important that you remember, maintain your application, maintain a positive attitude, adhere to expectations, and make sure you are delivering on the responsibilities that are expected of you. My parting words to you are, thank you, well done, and congratulations. You have been selected. It wasn't simply because you put in an application. There is a rigorous process that staff members go through in order to select students to enter Kent Street and our privileged specialist programs and select entry program. There are waiting lists and there are individuals who weren't able to be successful. I thank you, I congratulate you, and I am very excited about witnessing what it is you will bring to Kent Street Senior High School, not only as an individual in an approved specialist program, but also as a proud student of Kent Street Senior High School. Congratulations and well done. Enjoy this morning's proceedings, which are all about you, and acknowledging your success to date and your success that will come in the future. Well done.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. To begin proceedings, I would like to invite Mr. Mackenzie to speak about the aviation course and introduce their guest speakers.
Good morning, distinguished guests, parents joining us via WebEx, all staff and students and our special guests today. It's my privilege to present to you Year 7 Virgin Australia Flight Program students, together with other students from various year levels beyond Year 7, who've been accepted into our aviation program at Kent Street for 2021. Welcome aboard, all of you. Entry into the flight course is very competitive, and selection is based on merit as part of entrance tests. Students in the aviation program undergo testing in English, mathematics and aviation in order to be accepted into the course. And as Ms Wilson pointed out, not everyone makes it and there is a waiting list. So you guys are very special to be here, and I hope you appreciate and enjoy and benefit from the course. Some aviation students present this morning have come a long way to be with us today and for the rest of their stay here at Kent Street. There are rural students and also students who have to undergo very long commutes each morning and afternoon from the very far reaches of our city. These long commutes, or the rural students who have to board at the college, are an indication of how committed our students are to the program and shows their dedication to aviation. The aviation program at Kent Street has been in existence for over 40 years and was one of the first specialist courses in the Western Australian education program. Since it first began, approximately 650 students have graduated from the aviation program, and many are now airline pilots, military pilots, aeronautical engineers, licensed aircraft maintenance engineers, air traffic controllers. There are aviation forecasters, aircraft technicians, and flying instructors, to name some of the occupations that our ex-students have pursued in the aviation industry. It's now my pleasure to introduce two of the graduates of the aviation program, Captain Benjamin Lowe and First Officer Matthew Johnson from Virgin Australia Regional Airlines. They're fully qualified airline pilots and fly with our sponsor, Virgin Australia. I'd like to invite them to say a few words and present the certificates and caps to our new aviation students for 2021. Welcome, Ben and Matthew.
Good morning, everyone, and I've been asked by the school to just give you a rundown on my career since graduating from Kent Street. I was a part of the aviation course and graduated from here in 2004. From there, I was lucky enough to get some financial support and go straight into a course at Jankot, which was full-time for 12 months, pretty well modulated between theory and the flying component. At the end of that, I'll come out with a commercial pilot's licence. In 2006, following that, I got my first job working for the government. I did that for about 18 months. That was a fire spotting program, flying around the forest looking for smokes and fires, reporting them, and then providing support to the firefighters on the ground, etc. After that, in 2008, I was presented a job working for Fugro Airborne Surveys, which was flying low-level survey, anywhere between 100 feet to 500 feet, flying grid patterns in the exploration field for mining. Aircraft types flown were Cessna 210, DA-42, the Aero Commander 500s, and a PAC Cresco 750. After that, I got into some IFR charter, flying Metro 2 aircraft for about 18 months, anything from passenger flying to mine sites, as well as night freight charter up to Port Hedland and Carafa 4 nights a week. From there, in 2012, I took my first airline job, or charter jet job, should we say, with CoRE Aviation, flying a 146 for 18 months. Then CoRE got an Embraer E190. I flew the E190 as a first officer for nearly 3 years. And then sadly, CoRE decided to get rid of that E190 lease and just operate 146s. At that point, Virgin Australia advertised the pilots, so I took a position as first officer on the Fokker 100 in 2017, which is where I still am a few years later. So all I can say, that's my background from a pilot coming from the aviation course here at Kent Street, and no matter what field or occupation you choose within aviation, it's a really good industry to get into, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, good luck.
Thanks, Matthew. Now call on Matthew and Ben to hand out their certificates and caps to our new students. And I will be reading out the list of names. We'll go through the Year 7s first, and then the new students in the aviation course for Years 8, 9, 10 and 11. Firstly, Vidish Bariv Sannyasi. Maverick Bennett. Tanwa Carmichael. Lachlan Dartnell. Cameron Devonish. Alex Fitzpatrick. Bathika Gamage. Holly Hexka. Lucian Hobbs. Connor Jasper Smith. Kurosh Jode. Jasmine CoRE. Jack McRae. Ethan Morecambe. Brian Newen. Aryan Patel. James Pring. Atticus Sanadukakis. Sorry about that. I'm a complete cripple with names. I'll get there eventually. Alexander Reeves. Benjamin Sivkovitz. Declan Smith. Liam Symes. And Alexander Zashewicz. All right, I will now proceed on to reading the names for the new students in Year 8. Aidan Blythe. Dominic Gugliotta. Ziba Hashimi. Zeke Jennings. Sirin Lama. And Lulu Kwandi. From Year 9, our new students are Hafiz Ali, Annalyn Atankia, Mwemba Malambo, Starsky Ujaya, Kavish Kumar, and Horia Stanescu. From Year 10, we have Alexander Christensen, Jaden Costanzo, Toby Leeson, Karina Luce, and Hashitul Dillon. We also have 2 new entrants into Year 11, Daffodil Jamie and Marvellous Fury. Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask you all to please join me in welcoming these new students. Now, one of the special privileges of being an aviation student at Kent Street is that we have two qualified flying instructors on staff now, and we make every effort to assist students to gain hours towards their pilot's licence. Sorry, pardon me. To gain their hours towards achieving their pilot's licence in the schools to aircraft. I'd like to ask Zaid Gorea up to the stage. Zaid has just achieved his first solo. He's gone solo in a plane at a very early age, well on the way towards his flying career, and we hope he proceeds to make the most of that. Well done, Zaid. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Johnston and Mr. McKenzie. And congratulations to all students joining our aviation program. Ms. Booth and Ms. Liederkens will now introduce the new CoRE students.
Thank you, Sylvia. Good morning. It is an absolute pleasure to be here as a CoRE educator for Kent Street Senior High School and also the Metro lead for the CoRE Learning Foundation to welcome our new students into our entry upon application program. So Kent Street CoRE is officially in our 6th year as a recognised program here at Kent Street, and we are proud to lead as the Lighthouse School amongst a strong collective of schools in Western Australia who are supported through the CoRE Learning Foundation in establishing their own programs. This year, there are 5 other high schools running this program. These include Tom Price Senior High School, Joseph Banks Secondary College, Norseman District High School, Port Hedland High School, and American College. In addition to this, there are also 5 primary schools who integrate CoRE into their curriculum. Throughout 2020, our students achieved many successes and continue to embark on real-world learning through their field trips. We also achieved success in our first hackathon where students proposed innovative solutions to agricultural and aquacultural problems, putting the Kent Street and the CoRE name out there on a national platform as 2nd and 4th place winners. This year, our students will continue to be provided with opportunities to extend themselves and their understanding through a range of excursions, conferences and field trips to help them determine their pathways beyond their schooling career. I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you some words from our recent 2020 graduate, West Australian International High School Student of the Year, and Australian Institute of Geoscience Award winner, Lily Lowe. Lily commenced her CoRE journey as a Year 8 student in our inaugural year of 2016, and she carried her studies through to our upper school Earth and Environmental ATAR Science course. These are her words. I wasn't a very driven student at all before I joined CoRE. I was content with trudging through school to somehow make it to the other side. But then CoRE taught me the importance of making use of every opportunity I had by giving us plenty. We had the Plan for the Planet program, the Duke of Edinburgh program, the CoRE Showcase, and the Chevron Networking event for U10 CoRE students, plus many more. Participating in all of these events and the extracurricular activities gave me a massive boost in my confidence, and I was motivated to build my connections through networking and events and having a go at everything. The reason why I received the West Australian International High School Student of the Year award is because I took on every opportunity I was given to contribute not only to myself but the school as well. However, it's important to note that many of these were before Year 11 and Year 12. I was an ambitious Year 10, but not really as a senior school student. I grew complacent in a safe area where all I had to do was take tests and attend exams. This may sound cheesy, but it's true that the CoRE program inspires and motivates you in an environment where you're in charge of your learning and your growth. After 2 years of ATAR, I already don't know, or don't want to, go out into the real world. Cherish your time in CoRE. Lily will join our diverse CoRE alumni as she embarks on a degree in chemical engineering at Curtin University in the coming weeks. Our alumni is very diverse. We have past students that have gone on pathways within the resources sector, journalism, the military, architecture, various medical fields, and many more. If you do choose to carry on your career in the resources sector and become a geologist, best career in the world, you are in very good hands. Just this morning, I searched for jobs on Seek in the resources or mining related sectors. I found 4,139 jobs which are vacant and have been posted in the last 30 days. I tried to refine my search by suggesting that I wasn't going to get out of bed for less than $100,000 per year. Unfortunately, that only reduced my options to just under $2,000. Students, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite my fellow educator Stephanie Ludekins to present our students with their certificates and to congratulate them on their achievement and the start of their journey that we embark on together as a team. From Year 7, Fatine Ahmed, Ella Ayrton, Sana Altan, Taz Binstead, Gage Bordick, Sanchit Shurari, Oliver Daniels, Cameron Devonish, Kayla Evans, Evie G, Brianna Herdman, Oliver Kirkbride, Dat Lee, Austin Morks, Evelyn McLaughlin, Shaylease Nelson, Brian Ewan, Felice Pascoe, Ash Pabalzi, Theo Mitra, Kingston Sahawu, Mark Shivanov, Bennett Walker, Anna Zittrick, Hayden Symes, from Year 8, Hayden Symes, Angela Amaris. From our Year 9 group, we welcome Indra Mohammed Isa, one of our CoCA students, Horia Stanescu, and from our Year 10 cohort, Alexander Christensen and Haley McArthur. Students of Kent Street, please join me in congratulating our CoRE graduates.
Thank you, Ms. Booth and Ms. Ludekins, and well done to our new CoRE students. Mr. Aldridge, cricket coordinator, will now address the school on our cricket program and introduce our new inductees, and will be assisted by Mr. Sanders, Len Paley Award winner, and Mr. Thurker.
Thank you, Jacob. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure today to introduce our incoming cricket students for 2021. Now, there's never been a better time to be involved here at Kent Street for cricket. Regardless of gender, the opportunities that our students are presented with are second to none. We are breaking new ground here at Kent Street. I believe we're the only school in the entire country to offer a standalone girls cricket program. and we're excited to see how we can continue to build our program to have even more girls attend our school next year. We've grown from 12 girls in the program this time last year up to 21 girls, with the aim of having the whole class hopefully next year. Earlier this week I contacted Zoe Brickliff. Zoe Brickliff was a 2019 Kent Street graduate, and she's currently contracted for the WA women's side. I heard that she would make her debut this week. I flicked her a message and passed on all the well wishes of staff here at the school. The game didn't go so well, but it certainly is a fantastic achievement for her to play for our state. Zoe would play the game alongside Piper Cleary. Piper's a 2014 graduate and is also our curator here at Kent Street. It was fantastic to see two former students representing WA, and it wasn't that long ago that both of them were sitting here in our gym, right where you're all sitting today, dreaming of playing cricket professionally. And I can't see any reason as to why any of you, boy or girl, can't make it to that level. And we've spoken a lot recently in the last year or so about girls cricket. However, our entire program is going from strength to strength. Stage 2 of our new pavilion is almost finished, meaning that all of our Year 7s will get access to that facility for 6 years. We've also started to live stream our school's first 11 fixtures, our Lord's Taverners Trophy fixtures, with the aim of having all of our school games here at Kent Street live streamed, which is fantastic for our students, but also for their parents to watch the game if they can't make it to the game. Being able to view your performances, perhaps in slow motion, of course, and in full speed, will enable our students to access more unique, authentic learning experiences that they would not get at any other school. Again, a very exciting time to be part of Kent Street. Now today we welcome our incoming students, but also those in other years. In the last 6 months, I've received a large amount of applications for students in years 8 to 11, so it's great to see so many families wanting to make Kent Street their school of choice. All incoming students have been subject to a rigorous selection process, and we're happy to present them today with their baggy red cap. We're joined by 2020 Kent Street graduate John Sanders, who won the school's Len Pavey Award, which is a cricket award for most likely to succeed in the game of cricket. John recently made his first grade debut for the Willerton District Cricket Club, meaning that his name will go on our honour board in the front office. John also recently played on the Colts T20 Grand Final, played on Wacker, where he top scored for his side, including 2 massive sixes, one over long on which ended up in the members' pavilion. Whilst John was a member of Kent Street Cricket, he was a part of a few very successful sides, including our 2019 First 11 Kim Hughes Shield winning side. Now, if I call him up to the front of the stage along with Mr. Verco, I'll get Mr. Gardner up as well to help hand out certificates and present our newest cricket students with their certificate in baggy red hat. So starting at Year 7s, Mitchell Bradley, Maya Burt, Craig Captain Hastabia, Harry Daniels, Kayla Evans, EVG, Hayden Horrocks, Atishay Jain, Ishmeet Kaur, Jasper Krahulik, Isaac Morgan, Kai Parkinson, Preston Peel, Xander Peel, Michelle Pickering, Vimarsh Kaspar. There's plenty of space in the front, guys. We're going to stand this way. We're going to get sore necks looking at you. Rohit Rana, Sebastian Smeltskov, Ellen Smith, Colton Vost, Benjamin Ward, Felix Wong. Our Year 8 students, Asha Bakshal, Marcel Blintz, Cade Gray, India Lee Piggott, and Lachlan Strahan. In Year 10, Ethan Foreman, Zara Hughes, and Michaela Roloffs. We also have 2 Year 11 students who started with us after week 1, and I've sent them to class to catch up on their schoolwork. They both played cricket yesterday, but their names are Luke Brown and Travis Kane. Please join me in welcoming our new cricket students.
Thank you, Mr. Aldridge, and welcome to all our new cricketers. I now ask Mrs. Turton, Fashion and Design Coordinator, to speak about the Fashion and Design course and introduce Ms. Ashley Carthy.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce and present certificates to the successful Year 7 Fashion Design applicants. These students have demonstrated outstanding level of creative design skills in the application entry creativity test. The approved Specialist Fashion Design course here at Kent Street focuses on developing the students' creativity and problem-solving skills, which are required in many design vocations. Graduates from the program have pursued successful careers in a variety of design fields, from internationally acclaimed florist Matthew Landers, Melbourne-based millinery hat maker Stephanie Spencer, hooded webbed fashion designer Neil Sheriff, also co-owner and chief creative officer of our proud partner, industry partner, Essence of Australia, Martine Harris. I would like to now warmly welcome Ashley Carthy of Essence of Australia to present certificates to the Year 7 Fashion and Design students.
Thank you, Celine. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to represent Essence Designs and welcome the new students into the programme. I can't stress enough how important this relationship is to us at Essence Designs. We currently have Kiana, who is our last year's intern winner on our internship programme in the Essence office. I want to stress to you as fashion students that it goes way beyond just the fashion subjects you're doing at the moment, and I really ask you to consider all the peripheral subjects you're taking as well. A career in fashion can extend beyond that. Like, I would have studied myself business and law, but I actually love working in the fashion industry because it gives me an opportunity to work with really creative people. So I would ask you, as you embrace this opportunity, to think more broadly about your opportunities ahead. So apply yourself to your new programme, but also think about those other subjects you're about to take on. And enjoy your time here at Kent Street. It's short, as we know. And we look forward to working with you over the next few years until you can now apply for our internship programme at Essence as well. So I think we're going to put out the certificates now. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, Ella Ayrton, Jaden Candido, Sayan Kubali, Alexandra Frick, Elise Hackett, Jean Ling, Constance Malpass, Rebecca Macaulay, Sue Ying Miller, Abby Mills, Nanette Naday, Shalise Nelson, sorry. Dian Noor Iwan Shah, Andy Ullman, Elise Pascoe, Katerina Porter, Ava Ryan, Madison Salisbury, Tegan Shanique, Kyle Sims, Shania Skinner, Paige Wigmore, and from Year 8, Aqua Lawrence. Thank you and congratulations to all those passionate.
Thank you, Mrs. Churchill and Ms. Carter, and welcome to our new fashion and design students. I now ask Mr. Lynch to speak to the school.
Thank you, Jacob, and thank you, everyone. Can we please acknowledge, firstly, our special guests, many of them ex-students, and our new students too, all our specialist courses, with a big round of applause. At this stage, I'll ask the official partners that would like to make their way off, and thank you very much. While we wait for the official party to leave, thank you, everyone. I'd like to acknowledge Jacob and Sylvia for a fabulous job as MC. Let's give them a round of applause.